has long been, of the Tri-Cities, for quite a while, it's been the one that has kind of lagged behind as far as things to do at night, entertainment, music. All of a sudden, in the last 3 years, Kingsport has become the place to go for summer entertainment.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Was that your goal?
That is always a goal in downtown redevelopment, and really, it's an overlooked goal a lot of times, you know, by the cities and everything. Before you can have a successful downtown or a successful area, you have to have everything from housing to food, entertainment, and entertainment does include nightlife. You know, the State Theater is going to be a big part of the entertainment aspect of that and will be a big draw.
Welcome to the State Theater here on beautiful Broad Street in downtown Kingsport. We're bringing this theater back to its 1936 original state. We're actually standing under our replica marquee that was made by the Wagner Sign Company out of Cleveland, Ohio, the nation's premier marquee maker. And we have one installed here exactly like the one that was installed in 1936, which most residents of Kingsport don't remember. It got remodeled in 1955 and they had a bigger marquee put up. And when we took it down, we found the frame for the original one underneath. So we put her back. This is where the original ticket booth was. We're going to put it back. I've got photographs of it, and you can actually see where over 50 years of people standing on the floor, they would actually walk up to the ticket booth and ask for a ticket, and they've actually scuffed a 2-inch deep hole down in the floor. So that's years and years of use right there. And one of my favorite things is we still have the vintage men's lounge and women's lounge signs over the bathroom. So we'll be bringing all those back. Come on into the auditorium. Now, when you're looking at what we've got being framed up in here, most folks will be pretty surprised because unless you're about 75 years old, you won't remember this. In the mid-50s, they tore the architectural features out from the original 1930s, which was a Mediterranean garden. The idea is very similar to what's at the Tennessee Theater in Knoxville or the Fox in Atlanta. The idea is that you're sitting in the garden of a Mediterranean villa. So if you look towards the stage, you can actually see the 2 towers that made up the villa. And then we've started putting back what represents the garden wall, sort of like the Roman viaduct. And behind that, they had actually painted the Mediterranean countryside. So the idea is that you're sitting in the garden, looking at the villa, and you can look out through the garden wall and see the countryside. Up on the ceiling, they had painted it blue, and that represented the sky. And there's a few lights up on the ceiling that are laid out to be the Big Dipper. And we know this because we actually have 35 pages of the original blueprints from the project, and they're as accurate as they can be. I was literally downstairs in the dressing rooms looking for the sump well, and about waist deep in water, we were walking around going, it should be right about, and we stepped right into it. So the magic of being able to restore this and have those blueprints to go by is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So we're very excited about the ambiance of this venue. We think that people will come not just based on the acts that we have here, but the experience of being here. This is very, very rare to find. This architect's work is all on the National Historic Registry. He was a fellow with the American Institute of Architects. And he did 18 theaters for this company, and there's 2 left in America, and this is one of them. So we've actually uncovered a very valuable historic gem right here in downtown Kingsport. Right now we're standing on top of a false floor that was put in by the cheerleading school when they opened up about 11, 12 years ago. We're going to be tearing this out when we're done, and the floor actually slopes like your traditional auditorium or movie theater floor. We're about 4 or 5 feet above where the floor is going to be right now. We've left the floor in so that it's easy to roll the scaffolding around when we go and paint the sky back on the ceiling or paint the murals on the walls. It's easier to work scaffolding on a level floor than it is on one that slopes. We're going to be putting back in here a 21st century, very modern theater. It'll be digital. We'll have the ability to put on live shows and show movies. So one night you might come in here and catch something like a Doc and Richard Watson playing, and then another night you'll come in and catch a Telluride movie or a Sundance flick like March of the Penguins or something like that. So we're going to try to mix it up and keep it fresh and bring as many people downtown every day of the week as we can. it'll be available for seminars. It'll be available for live performances like spoken word tours, you know, the poetry slam kind of thing. Or if you want to catch a Zig Ziglar seminar type thing, we could do that here also. So it's a venue that has a lot of flexibility. We can do a lot of things, and they can be throughout the day. And we're very, very excited about that. And when we bought it, we thought we just bought an old movie theater that had a tenant that was paying rent that would cover the mortgage. And upstairs in the manager's office on the balcony, we found an original set of blueprints from 1936. And when I opened them up, I was confused about what I was looking at because the blueprints didn't look anything like the theater. Yeah. But those blueprints were from 36, and the theater got renovated in the mid-50s. And so all the things that I'm looking at on the blueprints are gone. So we have the luxury of some photographs. We have some folks like Mrs. Grills over at the Haggle shop who actually remembers the statues that were up on the walls. They sold them at an antique auction. So we know that these things did exist. It's not just that they were on the blueprints, but here. And in some places you could actually see where some of the old arches were painted around, and that's still on the wall. So that's pretty neat.
This is going to be an amazing film.
It's a great venue, and to know that something like this is in Kingsport is just too cool, you know. And built in 36, which says a lot about the economic viability of Kingsport. Right after the Depression, somebody said, you know what, I'm going to build an entertainment palace, even though everybody pours dirt, and they will still come. But in this town, it was still happening, so that's a good thing.